Hey guys, so I'm here with KK's 2 cents and I'm going to be sounding off on the Lindsay Lohan and Oprah Winfrey interview. Okay, so I know that there are a lot of emotions with this interview, a lot of opinions, and a lot of people are saying that they don't think Oprah should even have an interview with her, and a lot of people are saying that Lindsay has gotten so many second chances and she doesn't deserve another one. Well, my opinion is that I think that I really respect Oprah for having Lindsay on. And I love Oprah Winfrey. I'm not a huge Lindsay Lohan fan. I'm not a hater. I really am rooting for her recovery. But I just have a very neutral view on her. My opinion did change a lot about her after this interview. She's been to rehab many times, and I believe that she's done. She's not going to be doing drugs again. She's not going to be going back to rehab. I'm a good reader of body language, and I'm very observant. I can tell that she really was open to receiving. And her actions spoke louder than her words when 2 days later she canceled her trip to Europe because of Oprah Winfrey's very, very, very candid advice. I love how Oprah Winfrey didn't look at her with a judging eye. Oprah Winfrey looked at her as somebody that needs help and as a mentor, and this is just why I love her. This is why I respect her so much. She's so real. She's so deep. She's an amazing woman, and Lindsay's very talented, and Oprah said it too. It's sad that she's let her talent diminish and other things take over, but a lot of these actors and actresses, in my opinion, I kind of could care less. I feel like their acting isn't bad, but anybody can do it. If you just replace another actress with another actress, and a lot of them, like Oprah said, are just famous for walking the red carpet, or they have a famous parent, or they were a singer and did some acting, or they just got lucky with a big movie and then became kind of successful from there on. But Lindsay's one of those ones that are real talented, and it's just so sad what happened to her. Um, I definitely think that Lindsay should not blame anybody for her actions, and she didn't. But her problems are just deeper than, oh, I want to have fun and go party and be irresponsible and bratty, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But I want to begin with this. Lindsay had gotten a lot of money, like 7 million for pictures, and right now I think she barely has like a million. And she said she wasted a lot of money. Okay, she's wasted a lot of money, and that's so sad that nobody taught her how to invest it. Or, I mean, even if she was investing half of that money, I mean, it's ridiculous how she just spent all that money. And she said she was foolish. She had an apartment, but she was living in hotels. And, she was flying friends, so-called friends, I should say. She was flying them across the country, and she said most importantly, though, that the people that she was around, she's from New York, but she moved to Los Angeles when she was 17 or 18 on her own, against her mother's wishes, and surrounded herself with fake so-called friends, negative, toxic people, and did not have her best interests at heart, and they were just using her to extract her money and to ride off her fame, and just users and just people that you need to keep it at arm's length. And that sounds very similar to Demi Lovato's story of having bad, fake people around you, toxic people. And from my personal experience, with having some of those toxic so-called friends, you just cut them off. You just ditch them, and you will feel so much better out there, guys. Don't have any friends out. So-called friend, I should say. They're not worthy of that title, friend. A so-called friend like that makes you feel bad. You don't need them in your life at all. You're better off, honestly, just being alone. And that's a message out there for somebody who's struggling with abusers in their life. Abusive so-called friends who are putting them down, calling them names, and just being evil and just being toxic and demonic and just horrible. Okay, so I'm happy that Lindsay has basically cut those people out. And um, which brings me to a big point of why I feel really bad for Lindsay. She didn't touch on it a lot in this interview, but she was a victim of domestic violence. And Oprah Winfrey kind of talked about it, and she said that she was from a chaotic home, and her home, there were, her father was going to jail for these crimes and was just crazy, drugs, all that stuff. So basically, for her, she was used to chaos. Chaos was her friend, and that's really sad. So she's definitely responsible for her actions. But this is what happens when people don't deal with their issues and they let it, and it just blows up in their face. And you add money, you add fame, and it's like, ooh, it's a nightmare, a train wreck. And that's why Demi Lovato has such a crazy breakdown, because she didn't handle her issues, and then all of a sudden it's just like, boom, okay? And I don't think money is evil, okay? Money is amazing. Um, but money and fame do amplify whatever is in your life at the time. For example, Oprah Winfrey. She's a perfect example of somebody who was really speaking spiritual truth and all that stuff, and it just has been amplified. The speaker, all these spiritual stuff that are coming out of Oprah. And at the same time, though, it did amplify her weight issue. So it just amplifies whatever. If it's good, if it's bad. Dr. Phil's a perfect example of somebody who, of course, he had a really nice life, and he was like grounded and stuff, but his fame amplified all that good, and he's using it to touch other people. Um, so that is just how fame works. I hate when people say, oh my goodness, fame is so bad, money's so bad. It just blows up whatever's there, okay? Now, I'm also going to attach a video below my blog. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you can just easily search this video yourself, the Lindsay Lohan Dr. Phil interview, and make sure you check out my blog. The link will be below. And for those of you who are on my blog, watching this on my blog, I'm going to post the interview below, and you'll see how Lindsay Lohan's mom talks about the abuse. Sadly, I really wish that Lindsay Lohan's mom could have been talking about that abuse with a level head, because people, I think, would be able to identify with her and Lindsay a lot more. And Dr. Phil said the same thing, too. But that brings me to another point, is whether I believe Dina Lohan and her father, Michael Lohan, are bad parents. I believe that Dina and Michael are not good parents. I think they're toxic. Dina, I think she's feels guilty about what has happened in the past, the chaos that they were raised in, and all that type of stuff. So I think that she is basically trying to party and be BFFs with Lindsay, just so that she can erase some type of mental guilt that she has, and that's not good parenting. So Lindsay has never had somebody to guide her, and that's part of her downfall. Dina's just making excuses. And as far as her father, don't let me even get started on her father. That is somebody you need to keep at arm's length, okay? Her father was selling her out, just doing things that a father or even a person just with any sort of morals wouldn't do. I mean, it's disgusting. And Oprah Winfrey tried to push Lindsay into seeing that her parents were toxic, especially her father. I guess you can make some excuse for her mother, but no, her dad is toxic. But I think Lindsay it's just so hard to have to admit that a parent is toxic, I think. So that's probably why Lindsay didn't want to, get into that, which is very sad. But I think that Oprah Winfrey did a great interview on Lindsay, and I believe the next time we interview her with Oprah, next time there's a big interview, it's going to be a lot different. She's going to be talking like how Demi talks about how she came out on that side, and I think that she'd have the courage then to talk about her childhood, talk about those issues, and really be able to touch other people in the world who are going through similar issues to what she went through. And I think I think that ultimately I feel bad for her in the sense that I always wondered, does she even care if people are using her as an adjective and a verb? You know, like she's an adjective and now, excuse me, adjective and a noun for child star gone wrong, and it actually hurts her, and I feel really bad about that. But at the end of the day, she did make those decisions and put herself in that situation. But I just really, I think it's important for people to realize that it's almost like this girl has no shot. It's like once, because of what happened to life and not getting the help she needed, once she was pushed into that fame, all those bad people around her, it's like, I don't, like Dr. Phil said, it's not why didn't she go down that route, okay? Why didn't she? Um, I mean, it's just so, she had no shot with it. But I really hope that she stays on this path. I'm rooting for you, Lindsay. I'm Team Lindsay, okay? Okay. Well, that is all of my 2 cents. Bye, guys. Love you.